However, there's more to the story that needs our attention. I'll cover what puberty blockers are, why they are not reversible, and the complexities surrounding gender dysphoria, including its potential links to abuse and misdiagnosis. Part 1. What are puberty blockers? Puberty blockers, also known as gonadotropin-releasing hormone, GnRH, agonists, are medications designed to delay the onset of puberty. Initially, these were developed to treat conditions like precocious puberty, where children experience puberty too early. In the context of gender dysphoria, these drugs are prescribed to pause puberty, giving children time to explore their gender identity without the physical changes that come with puberty. This might sound straightforward, but the reality is far more complex and concerning. Part 2. Puberty blockers are not reversible. One of the most commonly repeated claims is that puberty blockers are completely reversible. However, this claim is misleading and contradicted by mounting evidence. The National Institutes of Health has stated that long-term use of puberty blockers can lead to adverse effects such as reduced bone density and potential impacts on brain development. Endocrinologist Dr. Michael Laidlaw explains that stopping puberty can permanently alter the natural maturation process, even if the blockers are discontinued. BLAIRE, a prominent transgender commentator and YouTuber, has openly criticized the medicalization of gender in young children, stating, "The idea that you can hold puberty and pick it back up like you paused a video is absurd and scientifically unfounded." She highlights the potential for permanent physical and psychological consequences. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that many of the effects of puberty blockers, particularly on bone health and fertility, are not entirely reversible. Part dysphoria and its complex causes. Gender dysphoria is a condition where an individual experiences significant distress due to a mismatch between their biological sex and gender identity. While this condition is real and deserves compassion and treatment, it is not always straightforward. Studies have shown that in some cases, gender dysphoria can emerge as a result of trauma or abuse. For example, a 2019 paper in Frontiers in Psychology found that adverse childhood experiences, such as neglect or abuse, can influence identity development. This complicates the not gender dysphoria is purely innate or immutable. Moreover, gender dysphoria is often misdiagnosed. Dr. Lisa Littman's research on rapid-onset gender dysphoria, ROGD, highlights cases where adolescents suddenly identify as transgender without prior symptoms, often after social or environmental influences. Littman's work suggests that some not be true gender dysphoria, but instead reflect other underlying issues, such as social anxiety or depression. Part 4. The role of informed consent. The medical establishment must balance supporting individuals with gender dysphoria while ensuring ethical and informed care. Unfortunately, critics argue that the rush to prescribe puberty blockers often bypasses thorough psychological evaluations. Blair White has remarked, "If we truly cared about these kids, we'd explore every angle of their distress before handing them life-altering drugs." This underscores the importance of addressing potential root causes like abuse, mental health disorders, or societal pressures before pursuing irreversible medical interventions. Conclusion. In summary, puberty blockers are not the harmless, reversible solution they're often portrayed to be. The evidence points to lasting consequences, particularly when used to delay normal developmental processes. Gender dysphoria, while real and deserving of compassion, can arise from complex causes like trauma and is sometimes misdiagnosed. As Blair White reminds us, we need to protect vulnerable children from irreversible mistakes in the name of political correctness. Thank you for listening. Child mutilation is a whole new can of worms and a topic you guys ain't ready to talk about yet. I hope this discussion has shed light on an important and nuanced issue. Let's strive for a future where care is compassionate, ethical, and fully informed.